You ever wonder what makes a truck become the most hated vehicle in the entire industry? Or better yet, what causes a model to be banned across an entire continent while being rejected by its own home country? What you're about to see isn't theory or rumor. This is the story of a broken promise. A truck that was supposed to revolutionize the diesel industry, but ended up becoming one of the biggest failures in recent heavy transport history. Its name? The International Prostar, equipped with the notorious Navistar MaxxForce engine. Chances are, you've driven one, or worse, you might have bought one. For years, this model was promoted as the ultimate solution for fuel economy and emissions compliance. But behind the slick marketing, there was a design that ignored critical warnings and bet everything on a faulty technology, leading thousands of drivers straight to financial ruin. In Europe, it was outright banned for failing to meet emission standards. In the US, it quickly became the laughingstock of mechanics and a nightmare for fleet owners. But how did it come to this? Today, you'll discover how one of America's biggest truck manufacturers dug its own grave, and how an engine designed to win the future broke spectacularly in the present. Back in the late 2000s, the world was facing an economic crisis. Diesel prices were soaring, and pressure was mounting for cleaner, more efficient trucks. It was in this environment that Navistar launched the International Prostar, equipped with the brand-new MaxxForce 13 engine designed to meet the 2010 EPA emission standards. The promise was bold: better fuel economy, lower emissions, and no need for expensive additives like DEF or ARLA, thanks to a technology called exhaust gas recirculation, or EGR, used as the sole method for controlling emissions. While competitors like Volvo, Freightliner, and Kenworth had already adopted selective catalytic reduction (SCR) systems with great success, Navistar stubbornly chose to rely only on EGR. On paper, this seemed like a smart move. Fewer parts, no need to handle urea, simpler maintenance, or so they thought. But in reality, this decision set the stage for disaster. The EGR system alone couldn't handle the volume and heat of exhaust gases effectively. This led to constant clogging, faulty sensors, chronic overheating, and drastically reduced engine life. Instead of being a game-changer, the MaxxForce engine became a ticking time bomb. Despite these glaring issues, Navistar pushed aggressive marketing campaigns, convincing fleets across the United States to invest heavily in this technology. Some European companies even placed orders, until regulators informed them that the Prostar with MaxxForce failed to meet the strict Euro 5 and Euro 6 emission standards. Europe's response was swift and decisive. The truck was banned from several countries, including Germany, France, and the Netherlands. Meanwhile, in the US, the problems only multiplied as more units hit the roads, breaking down and draining owners' pockets. What was meant to be a leap forward turned into a massive step back. The Prostar's reputation began to crumble, and the story was just getting started. Almost immediately after hitting the roads, problems started piling up. Drivers found themselves stranded on highways, dashboard warning lights blinking endlessly, and repair shops flooded with Prostars waiting for parts that often took weeks to arrive. The MaxxForce engine had a fundamental flaw. The EGR system on its own couldn't handle the constant circulation of extremely hot exhaust gases. This caused heavy soot buildup and accelerated wear on crucial components like the turbocharger, valves, and sensors. The consequences were severe. Trucks with fewer than 200,000 miles were suffering full engine failures, forcing fleet owners to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on repairs and replacements. Mechanics began to call the system a ticking time bomb. warning drivers about the inevitable breakdowns. For many truckers, the nightmare was real. Financing a new Prostar meant committing to years of payments on a vehicle that spent more time in the shop than on the road. Online forums and social media quickly filled with heartbreaking testimonials. "I bought this truck thinking it was the future. Now I'd sell it for scrap," said one owner. Another added, "My maintenance bills have cost me as much as buying a whole new truck." The backlash hit Navistar hard. The Prostar went from being the company's shining star to its biggest liability. Used truck markets flooded with discounted units, some selling for a fraction of their original price, signaling a sharp loss in value and confidence. The situation was even worse across the Atlantic. As emission standards tightened with Euro 6 regulations, the MaxxForce engine was simply not compliant. Countries in Europe barred the model outright, and logistics companies refused to import or operate the trucks. Attempts to run the Prostar resulted in hefty fines and legal battles. To make matters worse, Navistar faced multiple lawsuits from fleets and individual owners, leading to costly class action settlements. The company's image was tarnished, and its finances took a hit that would echo for years. What started as a bold technological bet ended up being the biggest engineering failure in Navistar's recent history. The Prostar became a symbol of broken promises, a cautionary tale for manufacturers and drivers alike. This truck, that was supposed to lead the industry instead, became the model that no one wanted to drive. Abandoned, devalued, and hated. So, let's recap what happened here. A truck launched with the promise of revolutionizing the industry. An engine that claimed to be clean and efficient, without the need for costly additives. But it failed spectacularly because it ignored one simple truth. Modern diesel technology requires a balance between innovation and reliability. The International Prostar, equipped with the Navistar MaxxForce engine, was banned in Europe for failing to meet environmental standards. In the United States, it was rejected for breaking down too often, costing owners a fortune, and failing in what really matters: performing on the road. And the most important lesson for you, the truck driver, is this: never trust marketing alone. Always look at the history, talk to people who have driven the truck, check availability of parts and service, because, at the end of the day, you're the one who will be stuck on the roadside or crossing the country without headaches. As the saying goes, better an old engine that can take the hit than a new promise that breaks before the first turn. If you found this story useful, hit the like button, share it with anyone who needs to know the truth, and leave a comment. Have you ever owned a Prostar? Or do you know someone who regrets buying one? And in the next video, we'll show you the opposite story. The truck that was hated at first, but today is one of the most reliable on the market. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. You won't want to miss it.